Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Steven here with Team Euphoric, and today I'm going to be taking you through an ab routine to help you get shredded just in time for the summer. This is week 10 of the 6 months to shredded abs routine. And this week, we're going to be progressing some of the exercises and adding a little bit of volume. We're going to need some mats to lay down on, and we are going to need a kettlebell. And for all the exercises, we're going to be in a supine position, meaning we're going to be laying down on our back. Now, for those of you who are interested in going through the whole 6-month program and you don't want to wait, consider becoming a member because I have the entire 6-month program in the community tab. This one right over here, it's going to be more for an intermediate person. But we're going to start in a supine position, so we're going to be laying down on our back. And the first exercise is going to be the abdominal curl up. And for it, we're going to be doing it with the arms crossed at the shoulders. So you're going to lay back. You want to maintain a nice flat spine. Your thoracic spine is going to be on the ground. Your chin is going to be tucked in. And then for this one, with the arms crossed, we're going to initiate by tucking the chin toward the chest. And then we are going to round the spine one vertebrae at a time until we are in this nice upright posture. And then on the way down, we're going to reverse it, create this nice C-shaped curve, and come all the way down. So the chin is tucking up. We're lifting up the thoracic spine, then L1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to the top. And then on the way down, we're going to touch L5, L4, L3, L2, L1, and then the thoracic spine. And that is the abdominal curl up with the arms crossed at the shoulders. We are going to perform 40 repetitions, 40 for that exercise, and then we're going to get into the external oblique exercise. For the external oblique, we are going to go ahead and flex our knees to 90 degrees, plant them firmly on the floor. With our arm, we are going to cup it over the opposite shoulder, and with the opposite arm, we are going to cross the midline on a diagonal, and we want it right in between the mid-thigh, so between the patella and the anterior-inferior iliac spine. And for this one over here, we're going to do positive torsion. So it's a combination of flexion with rotation. So imagine that you are trying to bring your elbow toward your mid-thigh. And for this one, once again, we're going to initiate by tucking in the chin, and then we're going to slowly flex and round the spine up until the level of the umbilicus or your L3. So once you get to the level of the L3, you're going to come back down. You're not going to come all the way up. With this one, as with the abdominal curl up, we're going to do 40 repetitions. Then, once we've completed 40 repetitions, we're going to go into the transverse abdominis strengthening exercise. For the transverse abdominis, we're going to initiate by getting a big belly breath, and we're going to inhale, raising the belly toward the sky. This is going to create myofascial tension on the transverse abdominis muscle, and then we're going to exhale and draw the belly button down toward the spine. Once we're in this position, we're going to inhale, and as we inhale, we want to try and keep that belly button tucked in. And then we're going to exhale, sink it deeper into the spine. That's pass number 2. We're going to go for a third pass now. Inhale, keep that belly button tucked in. Once it's tucked in and we finish the inhale, we're going to exhale, try and sink it deeper into the spine. That's pass 3. We're going to do 2 more. So we inhale, keep that belly tucked in. Exhale, draw it down toward the spine. And 1 more. Inhale. Keep that belly tucked in. Exhale. Let it sink deep toward the spine. Once we've completed all 5 passes, that counts as 1 set. We're going to reset by inhaling and allowing the stomach to expand. And we are going to repeat that 2 more sets. So we're going to do 3 total sets, and each set has 5 passes. Once we've completed that, next we're going to move into the lower abdominal strengthening exercises. So this is going to be the rectus abdominis sub-umbilical fibers. We're going to place the arms at the level of the glenohumeral angle, so somewhere between 90 and 135 degrees. And then with the hips, we're going to flex the hips and knees to 90 degrees. And for this exercise, all we're going to do is we are going to drive the knees in a vertical direction straight up toward the sky. You want to raise it up to the level of the L3. So for this one, right until the level of the umbilicus. You don't want to go any higher than that. The first time that you do it, it may be a little bit difficult to get your hips up off the ground. You may not even be able to get it off the ground. The intention, though, is to get it up. Once you get better at this and your abs get stronger, you should be able to lift it up off the ground. And a couple of mistakes, you don't want to go into knee flexion, and you don't want to allow your hips to extend. You want to maintain that perpendicular position to the ground. For this one, once again, we're going to perform 30 repetitions, so 30 for this one. And then we're going to get into the sub-umbilical external obliques. For the sub-umbilical external obliques, what we are going to do is flex the hip and knee to 90 degrees. And then with the opposite leg, we're going to go into a deduction of 30 to 45 degrees by crossing the leg over the opposite leg. And then with this one right over here, we want to try and bring the hip toward the opposite shoulder blade. So once again, we're doing positive torsion by doing a combination of flexion and rotation, only this time we're doing it from the bottom instead of the top. And with this exercise, we're going to do another 30 repetitions, 3-0, and then we're going to finish off, as usual, with 20 repetitions of diaphragmatic breathing exercises to strengthen the thoracic diaphragm. For that one, we're going to take the kettlebell, we're going to place it onto the umbilicus, and then what we want to do is inhale, raise the belly up toward the sky, and exhale, let the kettlebell sink down toward the spine. So we're inhaling, raising toward the spine, and we are going to exhale. Let it sink. So we inhale, bring it up. Exhale. Let it sink. And we're going to do one set of 20 repetitions. And that is it for the actual program. So once again, just to recap week 10, we are going to be performing the abdominal curl up with the arms crossed at the shoulders for 40 repetitions. Then we're going to do the external oblique from the supra-umbilical fibers for 40 repetitions. We're going to do 3 sets of the transverse abdominis with 5 passes during each set. And then for the sub-umbilical work, we are going to be performing 30 repetitions of the rectus abdominis lower abdominal exercise and 30 repetitions of the external oblique sub-umbilical fibers. And then we're going to finish off with 20 repetitions of the diaphragmatic strengthening exercise. But that is it for week 10 of the 6 months to shredded abs routine. And then next week, I'm going to be taking you through week 11.